So the Chase Trifecta has been one of my favorite credit card setups for a long time because the 3 credit cards in this setup have it all. They have high welcome bonuses, great points earning categories, quality benefits, and plenty of valuable travel redemption options. But with so much competition from other credit cards that have really stepped up their game to Chase's level recently, it got me thinking, has the Chase Trifecta actually become overrated? Now, to answer that question, we have to dive into what made me and so many others love this credit card setup in the first place. Then we have to look at where cards in the Chase Trifecta might be lacking a bit compared to other credit cards from other issuers out there. And finally, we can even go over some ways to supplement the Chase Trifecta with maybe 1 or 2 of those other cards to possibly even create a stronger setup. So as always, let's get right into it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below to help support the channel. But to start off this video, I wanted to talk about a couple of reasons why the Chase Trifecta has basically been my go-to default credit card setup for the past 3 years or so. Now, the Chase Trifecta can have different versions, and you're not limited to having only 3 Chase credit cards, but for the purposes of this video, when I say Chase Trifecta, I'm referring to the most common version of this setup that consists of the $95 per year Sapphire Preferred, the no annual fee Freedom Flex, and the no annual fee Freedom Unlimited. So for a little background on the order that I got these cards in, after having just one Wells Fargo college credit card for my last 2 years at Penn State, I graduated and got the old Chase Freedom card in late 2018, followed by the Sapphire Preferred in late 2019, and then I added the Chase Freedom Unlimited a month after that. Eventually, I got the newer Chase Freedom Flex as well to basically replace the original discontinued Freedom card, since those 2 cards are so similar, but I always keep that old card open as well since it has no annual fee. Now, the first reason why I got all these cards to complete my own Chase Trifecta at the very beginning of my credit card journey was because I knew about the Chase 524 rule, and that's an important credit card rule to be aware of. So really quickly, for anyone not familiar, that 524 rule just says that if you've opened 5 or more personal credit card accounts across all issuers in the last 24 months, you will automatically be denied for any new Chase credit cards. Now, because Chase has some of the best credit cards available, what a lot of people like to do is get some of those Chase credit cards first while they're still under that 524 status to take advantage of the high value that those cards provide. Then, after getting those main Chase credit cards, people like to expand to some other cards from other issuers as they go over 524. Now, the second reason that I got my Chase Trifecta in place so early, and the main reason why I wanted this setup so badly, was because of how I plan to use the Chase points that I would earn to fund my travel expenses. Now, I've said this before on my channel, but in July of 2018, I got to travel outside of the US for the first time with my family and a bunch of others in a larger group over to Ireland for 2 weeks. And that trip really opened my eyes to how fun it can be to travel and see new places, meet new people, and gain really a new perspective on the world. And I knew that I wanted to continue traveling more from that moment forward. So as a new college graduate, wanting to travel while still trying to prioritize my primary personal finance goal of living below my means to invest as much as I can while still being young, I knew that I had to keep my travel cost as low as I could, and turning to credit cards and points really helped to make that possible. I knew that if I could travel for almost free with points while also building my credit score at the same time, that would be a nice win-win to set me up for the future. Now, the Chase Trifecta was the perfect place to start because the cards in the setup earn what we call flexible points currencies with their ultimate rewards points. We'll touch on how these cards work well together in just a minute, but these ultimate rewards points are considered flexible points currencies because you can redeem them in multiple ways that's really up to you. So I could choose to redeem my Chase points for cash back at a fixed value of 1 cent per point. However, another option that makes these Chase points even more valuable is that I can choose to redeem them for travel, either in the Chase portal or by transferring those points out to different partner programs like Hyatt, United, and many more. And when redeeming points for travel in this Chase Trifecta, I've been able to find ways to get upwards of 2 to 4 cents per point when I transfer them, which is why I like to use my points for that, because I'm getting 2 to 4 times more value for travel compared to cash back. Now, because I knew I wanted to travel, like I said, my mindset has always been that because I know I would willingly pay cash for things like flights and hotels, it makes more sense for me to earn and use credit card points to pay for these travel expenses instead, because the cost to me is significantly lower with those point redemptions. So those are some of the reasons why I wanted to get the Chase Trifecta to start off my credit card journey, but the reason why it's one of my favorite setups and a setup that I continue to use to this day is because of how many ways I can earn Chase points and how easy Chase makes it to redeem these points for good value compared to other types of credit card points. Now, yes, the Chase Trifecta is lacking a few things when it comes to earning points, and we're gonna get into that next here, but overall, I really like the idea of getting just 3 credit cards as your core setup for your wallet, and I know that's appealing to a lot of people because 3 credit cards is not that many to keep track of. So one of the best ways to earn points with the Chase Trifecta is through the great sign-up bonuses that all 3 of these cards typically have, and in the world of credit cards, sign-up bonuses are where you usually get a lot of the value up front very quickly. These bonus offers are always changing, but I've received 20,000 points plus 5x points per dollar on groceries for the first year with my Freedom Flex, 20,000 points with my Freedom Unlimited, and 60,000 points with my Sapphire Preferred at the time that I applied for all those cards. I'd say that if you see any current offers that are better than those, then it's probably a good time to consider applying if these cards make sense for you. And then another thing that I like is that all three of these credit cards collectively cover a lot of good spending categories where you can earn more points for your normal everyday spending. Now, as a quick side note, I do like to mention that the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited are advertised as earning cash back, but really they earn ultimate rewards points that you can then combine across all of your Chase cards and then redeem for travel using features on your Sapphire Preferred to get even more value. So the points earning categories are really good on all these cards. They all get 5x points per dollar on travel booked through Chase. All of them also get 3x points per dollar on dining at restaurants. The Flex and the Unlimited get 3x points per dollar at drugstores. The Sapphire Preferred gets 3x points per dollar on streaming services and 2x points per dollar on travel purchases. The Freedom Flex gets 5x points per dollar on rotating quarterly categories that includes things like grocery stores, Amazon, PayPal purchases, gas, and more. And the Freedom Unlimited gets 1.5x points per dollar on everything else, making it a great catch-all type of card to be used for miscellaneous expenses that don't fall under a higher points earning category. So you can see that having all three of these allows you to cover a lot of things to earn more points than the standard 1x back that's offered on basically every other credit card out there. Also, on top of how the Chase Trifecta can earn points in so many ways, there's plenty of additional features, protections, and other benefits that these cards offer. And a couple of those benefits come specifically from the Sapphire Preferred, like how this card gets 25% more value for points when redeeming for travel in the Chase portal, or how you can transfer those points out to travel partners at a 1-to-1 ratio to get even more value for your points for certain travel options. I explained this process for redeeming Chase points in much more detail in another video that I'll link down below if this sounds confusing. But trust me, the process really is simple once you get the hang of it, unlike some other credit card point systems out there. You just earn points on any of these Chase Trifecta cards, and then you combine all those points together in your account to redeem them with those features and benefits on the Sapphire Preferred. And also, as a quick little announcement, if you're looking to learn more about things like this with credit cards, I've recently teamed up with a fellow YouTuber, Mark Plymale, who's also in the credit card / personal finance space, and we have a Discord where you can continue this conversation about all these topics with Mark, myself, and each other. Mark's had this Discord going for a few months now, so I'm really excited that I was able to partner with him on this. You could definitely find some useful stuff over there about credit cards and other money topics, so go check that out. I'll link it down below as well. And the best part is it's completely free to join because I'm not trying to sell anything here on this channel. So anyway, those are some of the reasons why I wanted to get the Chase Trifecta and why I think it's so great. But next here, we have to talk about how the Chase Trifecta might be a bit overrated to some people, because there's three main things that come to my mind with how this setup could be better, but we'll also talk about how you can fix these things as well. So when looking at how the standard Chase Trifecta of the Sapphire Preferred, the Freedom Flex, and the Freedom Unlimited might fall short of its competition, I think it all comes down to three things related to points categories. It's pretty obvious that across these three cards, you can't find a consistent way to earn more points for two very big spending categories that most people have, which are groceries and gas. Now, the Freedom Flex usually does cover groceries in one quarter and gas in another as two of its rotating 5x points categories at some point during the year. So for example, everyone was able to get 5x points per dollar on groceries in the first quarter of 2022, and hopefully gas will be a future category later this year. But the two problems with that are that number one, that only allows you to temporarily get 5x points on those things for 3 months out of the year. And number two, you're limited to getting 5x points per dollar on up to only $1,500 of spending per quarter whenever those categories are live. Now, $1,500 of spending over 3 months for gas and groceries might work for you depending on your budget, but if you're feeding a family, then you might feel a bit limited for earning 5x points on groceries like this. Also, the Sapphire Preferred does get 3x points per dollar for online grocery purchases, which I haven't mentioned yet, but for me and many others out there, I still like to shop for groceries in person, and that category doesn't do much for me. So that's why I would say to fix this, what you could do if you're willing to add another credit card or two is you can supplement your Chase Trifecta. This is basically the strategy that I've used. I've got other credit cards that earn more for gas and groceries outside of my Chase Trifecta, and I'll also look to add a few new cards each year that have good welcome bonuses where my return on spend can be very high. So here's what you might consider doing with a couple of popular credit card suggestions. For gas, you could get a no annual fee card like the Citi Custom Cash, which allows you to get 5x Citi points per dollar that you can then easily convert to 5% cash back, and you get 5% back on your highest spend category each billing cycle that includes gas or groceries. So what you can do is decide which of these two categories you spend more money in, and then use the Citi Custom Cash to get that 5% back for that. And I know many people think this credit card is perfect for gas, and it definitely helps with all the high gas prices we've been seeing lately. I'm gonna call this 4-card setup the Custom Chase Trifecta, trifecta, even though it's not really a trifecta anymore, but we're just gonna go with it. And if you want to take it a step further, I also really like the Amex Gold Card for grocery spending because it gets 4x Amex points per dollar on groceries. Now, redeeming these Amex points for good value can be a bit tougher than Chase, but the simplified thing to remember is that Amex points are good to redeem for flights, and I explain this all in my Amex points guide video that I'll link down below as well. The Amex Gold does have an annual fee of $250 per year, but it comes with $240 worth of Uber and dining credits with select dining partners. So if you do your research and you know that you're gonna get good value from those credits, then the Amex Gold Card is worth it. Okay, so if you want to supplement the Chase trifecta with the Amex Gold Card to better cover your grocery spending, then we're gonna call this 4-card setup the Gold Chase trifecta. Or you can get the Chase trifecta along with the Citi Custom Cash for 5% back on gas and the Amex Gold for 4% back on groceries for the 5-card custom Gold Chase trifecta. And if you like those names that I came up with, or if you have any better suggestions for cards to supplement with the Chase trifecta, then let me know down in the comment section below, because those cards that I mentioned are definitely not the only good options that you have. Now, overall, between the welcome bonuses on the Chase trifecta cards and then the points earning categories, you can earn a lot of ultimate rewards points from everyday spending, and you can choose to turn those points into cash back, or you can give them a boost by redeeming for travel with a card like the Sapphire Preferred. But I do have to finally mention the third thing that I think falls a bit short with the Chase trifecta, and that is the current points earning categories on the Sapphire Preferred. So the only real reason why I love this card is because of the options for redeeming points for extra value towards travel, like I touched on before. But for its points earning categories, I really don't personally use it that much for everyday spending. It just kind of remains locked away in my desk drawer. The 3x points per dollar on dining at restaurants is available on both the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex, which means that I'm more likely to hold those cards in my wallet, and there's no added value for using the Sapphire Preferred at restaurants like there was in the past when the Freedom cards did not have those things. The 3x points for online groceries isn't that great for me either, and I don't find myself booking travel in cash through the Chase portal to get 5x points. So really, the only thing that I use the Sapphire Preferred for is for automatic reloads on my Easy Pass, where I get 2x points per dollar for travel purchases, and I use it for a few of my subscriptions where I get 3x points per dollar too, but that doesn't add up to that much at the end of the year. And those expenses are all automatic payments, which just proves that there's no need for me to carry my Sapphire Preferred with me. If they turn that 3x points for online groceries into 3x points for all groceries, or if they added a gas category, then I would say that this card might be perfect for many people to actually spend on. But until Chase adds those things, if they ever do, the Sapphire Preferred is just best to leave at home while you just take advantage of its features for redeeming Chase points. So overall, no, the Chase trifecta is not flawless, and I think if you can handle it, maybe getting another 1 to 2 credit cards on top of this 3-card Chase setup is going to be ideal. That way you can better cover your spending on things like gas and groceries. But as a final conclusion here, the Chase trifecta might seem a bit overrated for some people, but no 3-card setup is truly going to give you everything you need. Otherwise, it would be tough for the credit card companies to make any money. However, what I will say is that since the 2 Freedom cards in this setup have no annual fees, and since you can actually downgrade the $95 per year Sapphire Preferred into a no annual fee card as well after 1 year, I view the Chase trifecta as sort of a risk-free way to capture a lot of value from both the welcome bonuses and the points earning categories on these cards. So no matter if you want a cashback setup or a travel setup, I'd say do not overlook the Chase trifecta and try to take advantage of all that it offers while you're still under 524. And if you're like me and you like to use credit card points to fund your travel, then the Chase trifecta really is a must-have for anyone that knows how to use credit cards responsibly. Now, if you want to learn more about how to redeem Chase points like I talked about in this video to get the most out of the Chase trifecta, then go check out this video on the screen right now. And if you want to hear me talk about why I actually have both the Chase and the Amex trifectas, then go check out this video as well. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.